One thing that all YouTubers have is a hook. Something that keeps you coming in, something that keeps you engrossed, something that keeps you watching. But what happens when that YouTuber is the hook? Welcome to Paladin's Pit, where today we're talking about Arlo. For those of you who don't know, and I was actually amongst your number for quite a while, up until about a month ago, Arlo is a YouTuber who's definitely into games, and while there's a vast, and I mean vast array that he definitely likes, his heart belongs to Nintendo games. More specifically of the Wii U variety, the 3DS, but he has quite an extensive experience, including all the way back to the N64. But what's the hook? Is it his Nintendo love? No. He is quite well informed. However, there have been one or two things I've slightly disagreed with. Is it his views on the upcoming Nintendo Switch? Quite frankly, I actually agree with him on that. No, his hook is that he's a freaking Muppet. That's right, you heard me, a Muppet. Arlo is a Muppet. And let me tell you something, he's not just any kind of Muppet, no. He is a good Muppet. Now, let me clarify that thought process there for a moment so that you can grasp the entirety of what I'm telling you. I'm sure all of you have seen Sesame Street at some point in your lives. If you haven't, what kind of childhood did you really have? Come on. Now, the fact of the matter is that a while back, Sesame Street was the biggest thing, long before cable really took off. And it's still really huge. HBO, in fact, just picked it up. But one of its staples is a specific type of Muppetry, or puppetry, called Muppet Read. It was pioneered by the Muppets. Sesame Street sort of took off on it, and it just became its own thing. And it's really freaking wonderful if you think about it. But, and here's the big thing, it can be done by other people, but not usually this well. What should seem obvious to a lot of people, and probably isn't, is that Muppets are generally done with three hands. You have one hand controlling the mouth, going up and down and making it look as if it's talking, and then you have two hands that are in, sort of gloves, kind of thing. This means that more than one person is doing this. And this means, therefore, that there has to be some level of control over the situation. And let me tell you, he's really, really good. Now, I don't know who the other person is, and quite frankly, I don't care. What I care about are the videos that this guy puts out, and they are of an incredible quality. Not only that, this guy's been doing this for quite some time. At least over a year. Now working into his third, I'm thinking. And to me, he's one of the rare YouTubers that can get his point across without even swearing. Let's focus on that last point for a second. Without swearing. Now, there are a lot of YouTubers out there, people like Alpha Omega Sen, Razor Fist, people who make their living off of their rage, and their rage is usually expressed in colorful language. This guy, he couldn't be more positive if you made him out of sunshine and rainbows. Even when he's negative, you actually get the feeling that this is a positive person. And to me, that is kind of a rare thing in YouTube these days. Of course, all of the hooks and all of the techniques on YouTube aren't worth a darn if you're not actually good at what you're talking about. Not only does this guy do Let's Plays, not only does this guy do reviews, he does thoughts, previews, he views things, and he actually has a presence. And that's what a lot of people don't have when it comes to YouTube, is presence. I know right now with my current setup, I'm pretty lacking in presence, but there are plans in the works to change that. 2017 should be a banner year, hopefully. But for Arlo, it seems as if this almost comes naturally. And I judging by his subscriber count, I'm not the first person to come across this. There's been a lot of people who've seen this. When I last looked, his subscriber count was over 51,000, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if, when I check now, it's actually exceeded that mark. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if by the end of 2017 he had at least 500,000 subs. He's even done his first con, and when you're a Muppet, doing conventions is not easy. But it is doable, as he has proven, and I'm going to love to see what he does next. So the overall Paladin recommendation for Arlo is definitely check this channel out. He is so worth your time. He's actually really funny. You know, the concept is hilariously awesome, and the points that he makes are definitely thoughtful and well-informed. I don't see any reason to not sub to this guy. If you like Muppets, even if you hate Muppets, if you like Nintendo, or if you hate Nintendo. He's not completely a Nintendo guy. He has thoughts on Mass Effect Andromeda. He reviewed It'll Do 2, which, funny play on terms on that one. Very funny. But, yeah, I mean, this guy is an all-around gamer. He's even unboxed a PS4 Pro. He's definitely, into all kinds of games. Check him out. I'll include a link to his channel in the description below, but please, click on it, go there. If you want to, you can also support his Patreon. I have one too. You like my stuff? Go ahead and support me. That's up to you. In the meantime, this is JDPaladin doing another channel review, and I'd like to say to everybody out there, sorry I couldn't get this up in 2016. Hopefully 2017 is a lot better for you and myself. Happy New Year to all of you, and stay righteous.